I expect to see this level of invisible fighting in Fantastic Four when it comes out. Hey guys, it's your girl Aisha, aka Geek XX Chic, and we're back with another reaction to Ironheart. We're now into episode 3, which is called We in Danger, Girl. And I believe that was probably said by Natalie, if I know anything. So last episode, the first job so in the last episode, the first heist with Parker and his crew went down for Riri. It wasn't without a hitch, but it went pretty well. And we were able to finally see that Parker's able to do some things that a normal person should not be able to do. And it looks like it might be because of that cloak that he wears. We also discovered that that cloak is bad energy, potentially, because it seems to be whispering to him and potentially causing some type of bodily harm to him. But for whatever reason, he feels like it's worth the cost because of whatever objective he's trying to achieve. And then we see with Natalie, she's continuing to adapt and become a smarter AI to the point where she's kind of forcing herself into Riri's life, even though Riri was intent on deleting her. But it looks like for now, they're going to continue to work together. And we saw in the last episode that Natalie said that there's a weird energy that's coming off of Parker. So she does not like the idea that Riri is continuing to spend time with him. But we'll have to see where that goes. Ready to jump into the episode and see what they've got next. So let's do that. Before I do, though, if you'd like to know when I drop episodes, please hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. All right, that out of the way, let's get into the episode right now. The soundtrack for this show is definitely going to be top tier. Cute.
Also something Stuart would say. I miss that dude.
Do you mean Rampage?
Still no.
Where is Stuart, actually? It's weird that they mentioned him if he's not here.
guys, you got to see this.
Oh, Parker's going to lose his shit.
Crack the code today.
Hood is gonna kill you.
Yeah, he's going to kill you. Oh, Hood. Okay.
Do we have time to analyze the energy? To get to the bottom of Hood's powers?
Yo, between me and you, we can figure it out.
I mean, you can't stop curious minds, but this is a little... Yep.
The hell?
Knew that was coming.
Yo, what is your problem?
My problem.
She said, I'm ready to square up.
Why don't you go ahead and back away, little girl?
Woo.
Or what?
Exactly. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? She said, I'm from Team Pull Up.
Easy.
Step into it, girl.
Slug, give us a rundown.
Listen, respectfully, you have 2 scientists in there. They're gonna ask questions. You can't just hide that shit.
Why does a bunch of good-looking people look so pitiful?
Probably because your boy slammed my
Yeah,
head
it's
into
a bit
table
much.
and still hasn't apologized yet.
Exactly. With a majority woman team.
I'm sorry.
He's not.
I'm only doing this because I have to.
Really?
Not because I'm a bad person.
You're joking, right? Everyone you're talking about is a criminal, including you.
No, I'm not.
You are, technically.
Anyone who's ever accomplished anything iconic in life has had to do some questionable things to get it done.
Not, well, a good chunk of them.
How does that work, actually?
Right? Well, she really came in here.
Magic.
Magic is code for I don't know.
No, the magic exists, girl.
Yeah, why don't you take your hard-earned cash and do good?
Why are you so mad at him, Riri? Or are we mad at ourselves? He's not wrong. What she's doing is illegal. I'm not saying she's a criminal, but I mean, she is doing illegal stuff, right? I mean, she can't necessarily say I'm not a criminal because I'm doing illegal things for a good cause, you know?
Every scratch and scuff on these worn out earmuffs, Natalie put there. She's always borrowing them and just disrespectful.
She still doesn't want to talk about it.
What you out here doing?
Things.
Nothing.
You sure you're not?
Get that long ass pause. Nothing. I mean, as soon as she tells him, he becomes an accessory, so it's kind of a burden.
Oh, hi.
What the heck? Did she invite him over?
Daughter, why is there a sweaty middle-aged white man?
Damn! To his face.
I'm 36,
That's-
respectfully.
I thought your work was confidential. Should you really be walking around with blueprints?
My thoughts, exactly.
Right? What are you doing here?
How did you find where I live?
It's not that hard.
Google.
And why are you
Right.
here?
Right, so I couldn't stop thinking about what it felt like to hold those tools.
Oh my God, there's no white people in this neighborhood, huh?
That you're having a whole moment. But today is not really a good day for me, so rain check?
Oh.
No,
Excuse me?
I said no.
Oh.
You're gonna help me as much as I need, or I'm gonna tell your mom how we really know each other.
Okay. You told him to get a backbone. Look at him. He's so happy.
So take a gander at these, and I will see you at my place tomorrow.
Period. Tap it. Good on you, Joe. Stand up for yourself.
Thanks for teaching me to stand up for myself.
See? I don't hate it. I don't hate it. He did it respectfully, and it's true.
Ding, how about you try and treat me like a friend?
You're AI, though, respectfully.
Let's go somewhere. Hang like we used to.
We.
We didn't used to anything. You're cold. Sounds like you've got a rock and hard place situation. Yikes. Some bull. How I get blackmailed twice in 5 minutes?
I mean, you could do something if you wanted to, Riri, but I don't think you do.
Go best friend, let's go best friend. I go best friend, let's go
Can we not clap in the suit, please? We live in an apartment building.
Now you can project without needing my suit. Now do you want to tell me where we're going, or what?
That my best friend. She a real
The wink is a lit much.
Ugh. First rule of blackmail, sir.
Don't be needy.
To your turn.
He's
I think I created a monster. Oh, you think so? Got some
cute,
pretty dope
though.
concepts in
So
that
far.
ball of madness. Look at you being proud, mama.
Right?
Just
You did do that.
Wow, defiling.
Yes.
Well, you can stay mad over at the kitty table. And I caught that you slip, by the way.
I mean, you're not actually her. It's a weird line they're flirting with here, but I understand why they need to do it.
If you knew what you were doing with it.
Okay.
Right, not this again.
We're back, but
About this
she's
time.
right.
Meanwhile, you out here being a whole ass criminal.
I told you I got it under control.
For now.
She's right. When do we stop?
Figure after this, it's 1, 2 more jobs, and then I am out.
And you think Parker will let you go?
That is a question.
This is...
She just had the key to this place on her, by the way. Guess she did want to subconsciously go here. Mm-hmm. Trauma. Trauma coming back.
Riri. Riri.
Mm-hmm. Wow, okay. So there's still like a neural link, it looks like.
I think you're having a panic attack.
Yeah.
But it's okay. It's okay. Hey, all you have to do is breathe. Okay?
That's
In and
true.
out. Can you do that with me? In,
And out.
in, out.
There you go. Good. There you go. Regulate. There you go.
She just came home from college. Can you tell me what this is about?
Uh-oh. What is this?
Riri, these officers are here for
Although they did see your face in the suit, that's right.
To ask you about relationship to Stuart Clark.
Oh!
you. Think Riri has something to do with this?
The phone logs indicate she is the last person to him.
Oh, God.
If anything else comes to mind, we'd appreciate a call.
Oh, crap. Parker, did you put that as your lock so she can't leave?
Me, I knew something was off. Shit.
Same thing, I told you so.
He's just a regular dude in a magical outfit. He said so himself. He's nothing.
Actually, we don't really know what's doing to his body, so...
Parker will be so distracted with Hunter Mason, he won't even notice if I take just a little piece of his hood.
You sure the hood wouldn't notice you took a little piece of it, girl?
I can't even bring my suit inside, but without it, I'm completely naked. Joe.
Okay, I'm not even gonna get into how awkward that was.
Oh, please. Joe is like her big brother. Calm down.
Its growing tech industry as of late. The Chicago PD has been responding to a string of...
Oh, getting that yoga in. Some deep breathing. All right. Center yourself, sir.
All I got is his ex-girlfriend claiming that the prince of sustainability takes 30-minute showers.
Sometimes that's what you need, man.
If you can't find a pressure point, maybe we'll just have Riri hit him with the 1-2, you know?
She can't wear the suit, remember?
And Riri's suit ain't a catch-all. It's making you too confident. And you think the crew would be down to go into this half-ass just because you're blinded by your personal vendetta?
What is that vendetta, by the way? Can we know? No? Okay.
Trying to make a buck using cheap tricks. They will be caught and...
And now he's back on to the hate train.
Well, hell, man, we used to do this together. Maybe you don't need my help no more.
It's just that I see the bigger picture, John. You gotta trust me.
You're acting mighty shady.
Whoopsie.
What did you do?
I thought the install would be simple enough, but I must have shorted something. Would you help? Would you mind?
Bro. Yeah.
Just kidding.
Joe's twisted. I can't.
Enhanced silicone gritting for cloaking. Cloak it from x-rays. Metal detectors.
Why would I want
Used to
that?
violate all kinds of concealed weapon law.
It's all black market tech that I've heavily modified and can be traced back to me. You can't use it to make something even.
I mean, please, Riri.
What is this? Wheat flour?
It's cocaine.
No, Riri, please put Dad back.
Dad.
No, she needs.
The hell, Joe? Why is he in a baggie?
We weren't close. Now he's.
Just dropped him on the floor, Riri. That's disrespectful. Just vacuum it. God. Oh.
Who are you really, Joe?
You're asking this now?
Of Stark Industries? BFF to Howard Stark, mentor to Tony Stark, died in that horrible plane crash? That Stain?
That's his father.
The truth is, Dad died trying to kill Tony Stark. And I've spent my whole life trying to be nothing like him. I'm a full supervillain. In a suit a lot like yours.
Ooh.
I cannot be a party to whatever you're up to.
He's got valid reasons, all points. And he didn't ask for you to come into his life either. She's still going to want that tech, though.
Why the iron suit?
Yes, answer the question this time.
Good.
You said that before.
The real answer.
That were you a fan?
The real fan was Gary. Stepdad.
Oh, dad bonding.
He fixed broken things all the time. Because he could. Broken car, broken home, the broken-hearted widow.
Was?
Yep. Say it.
Bye-bye.
There we go.
You're lucky to have had a Gary.
It's true.
But I say you're not your dad unless you choose to be.
Exactly.
You're your own you. That guy's pretty powerful on his own.
Oh, look at her propping you up again.
We're friends, right?
Kind of besties now. He's totally going to let you do it now.
You should take Gary's advice. Break yourself down. See what you're made of.
Bars.
Not this in like a Cocoa Sunrise.
Right, this is a little pale. No, I actually love their friendship.
Are you sure that biomesh and white boy nude is gonna make it past Heirloom's metal detectors?
Well, how could she know? How could she know? This is literally how we test.
Good job, Riri. Head to the watchtower.
How did no one hear that? It just seems like it'd be very loud and also bright in the darkness of night. Oh, God, please, not the plants.
Stand put.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that. Smart. Looks like, yeah, Natalie's upgrade was a smart idea. Not that Spider-Man laser going on. I like it. I like it. Seriously, I need Riri and Peter Parker to meet. This has to happen.
Follow the pipe, and when you get to the fork, go up.
How long could she hold her breath? She could have been an Olympic diver. Oh, this man really just wants to be one with his plants, guys. Leave him alone.
You're writing the check. Well, that's what this is all about, isn't it? Honey?
Okay. Looks like it's working.
Okay, all right, now get the hood, make like a tree and leaf.
Wow. Corny.
More than enough to keep you and your friends happy. Nope, this isn't about money.
What? But the other person...
I don't think you have a clear grasp on the situation. Take what I'm offering and run. You can still tell
Ma'am, I don't like you being right up underneath them. Peripheral view is a real thing.
Are you joking with this piece of paper? Sign a contract. No.
Oh.
Clown, light it up.
No, what did the mushrooms do? Do you know how expensive mushrooms are?
That I built you don't know anything about starting from nothing. Me, my homie.
Do you think you can feel it? The girl warned you. But the fire might be enough of a distraction for you. Is she okay? I'm starting to understand the nickname though. Oh. Yeah. Oh. Uh-oh.
Doors C. You are in violation of airman security clearance.
Damn.
What's going on?
Slug, say again?
What have you done, Riri? What have you done? Oh no.
Evacuate immediately or be subject to suffocation.
No, tell me that's not what I think it is.
Yeah, it is. Y'all locked him in the fire. And this girl dancing, and that's what you get for dancing in the fire. What's wrong with you?
Take your pennies and get out of my sight.
Condescension. Oh, yeah, he's about to snap. There's the trigger. A plastic gun.
Okay.
You really should have thought of that. And now Parker's a murderer? Yep. Yeah, you need out, Riri. You need out immediately. Oh, his eyes black? Yep.
Get to the greenhouse. Yeah, I'm gonna go for Parker.
Poor security. Just doing their jobs, man. Every damn time. Wow. You're gonna kill all of them, bro? You got skills, though. Mm-hmm. Well.
Direct me to an unaffected greenhouse and get the rest of the crew to safety.
Lorraine, you have to save them. I'll be fine.
Right? Like, how are we gonna explain this? Ooh. Fun. Very fun. I expect to see this level of invisible fighting in Fantastic Four when it comes out. Owie. Owie, owie. Even I felt that.
Why you sneaking around with a piece of Parker's hood and no Parker?
Not my problem.
See, we don't do loose ends around here. And you just became one.
Yeah, you gotta go, John.
I knew you were trouble, Riri. I knew it and I let him talk me down. I won't be making that mistake again.
You won't be making any mistakes again. Good. Right in that face, bitch. Good girl. What was that? Oh, her thing. That's it. Break it. Break it. Break it. Forget. I hope that was acid. Careful. Oh, that air's running out. Balls.
Now, typically, Parker likes to be present for demotions, but
Thank God you're. Please monologue. Please continue to monologue.
Suffocating. Idiot. Please keep talking.
Right? Faster. You dumbass. You can suffocate alone. Burning out the oxygen that's left in there.
3, 2, 1.
Oh no, you weren't fast enough. Why would she open the door so you could kill her, sir? You tell me why that makes any sense. Die slow. You said no loose ends? Well, that goes both ways, Johnny.
Riri, fly over and find him. Please.
I'll try. I looked, couldn't find him. Heading home.
He's in one of the greenhouses and he's not moving. I'm so sorry.
Not really, though, but I have to say that. The crazy part is it's kind of sort of Riri's fault. But I don't feel bad because John was an asshole. Yeah, that got heavy, didn't it, girl? One job. And you said it wasn't gonna link back. And now Joe's in trouble. Or Zeke. Yep. The path to vengeance is filled with pits of hell.
I should have listened to him.
But you didn't.
For John to die?
Ian put his hands on a girl. I don't know what to tell you, bro. Life was forfeit at that point. Wait, he sees ghosts? Because that's too accurate. Oh, it's coming from the hood, I just realized. Oh, the cloak snitching. The cloak snitching. That's a problem.
Talk to me. You good?
No.
No.
Right? So many things went wrong.
No, I'm not.
So many things went wrong. Holy crap. So many things went wrong with that job, guys. Oh my God. Like 2 people dead and the tech left that's going to go right back to Zeke that she swore not to have. And now the cloak just snitched. Oh my gosh. Damn, that got real quick. Talk about consequences coming back around swiftly. Oh my gosh, Riri. Oh wow. Oh girl, I don't even know what are we even gonna do? Wow. Okay, guys. Well, that was probably that's the craziest episode yet, right? The first 2 were very much kind of a bit of build up and lead up, but this one, what is my girl gonna do? What is my girl gonna do? Wow. Okay. So yeah, all right. We had a couple big revelations in this episode. I think the main things that we're focused on, we'll start with the softer things first. Riri bonding with Natalie and the fact that even though it's kind of interesting, I said in the episode that they're flirting with a very interesting line there because this is not Natalie, right? Natalie lived her life, unfortunately went too soon, but this is an AI version of Natalie that is based on the memories that Riri has of her. Plus we saw that Natalie went through Riri's computer last episode so she could learn more about Natalie so she could make herself more complete, kind of avatar of her. And we keep seeing avatar Natalie, always referring to herself like she's the real Natalie, saying when we did this and back in the day when like she's literally only like a few days old. And as I said, I understand that for the AI, as far as the AI is concerned, there's no difference between old and new Natalie in the sense of like the experience, but obviously for Riri, like this is very discombobulating for her because she knows that this is not the real Natalie, but the comfort and the emotions that are coming from it, I think she's feeling very conflicted, as would be very understandable because like her real best friend is still gone. And then this avatar who has her face, her voice, her mannerisms, everything is making her feel probably a lot of the same emotions she felt when her BFF was there. So on the one hand, it's very cathartic. Like you saw her mom last episode found it very cathartic that this thing existed to the point that she wanted one of Gary. But on the other hand, Riri's also feeling very like sad, like and maybe feeling maybe a bit like she's betraying the real Natalie's memory by feeling these things for this avatar, this substitute, right? So it's an interesting line they're flirting with here, but I mean, I know the intent is good, and honestly, I'm not mad because I know that Natalie's existence is there to help Riri deal with this trauma that she's still very locked in from the night that she lost her stepdad and her best friend. And so it's just interesting, though. It's a very interesting line, and I think it's a very good question just on outside of the show, a very good question just to think about now that AI is developing and advancing in robotics. If you've watched the news on that kind of stuff, these things are moving very fast, and I do think in the next probably 25, 30 years, we're going to have these types of AI type robots or AI projections that are going to be very similar to a living person, or that was, that could represent someone who was once alive. And I can see the benefits of it, like I just described with Natalie, but I could also see how it could be very emotionally and mentally discombobulating for us. So anyway, yeah, that was kind of an interesting point in the episode. Outside of that, we see that Xavier is still trying to get Riri to talk about her feelings and really express the fact that her trauma over that night is not allowing her to celebrate the lives of the people that she lost. And this is a very common thing with grief sometimes. Some people, the pain of it, the fear. And again, if it was wrapped up in something that was very traumatic, like it was with Riri, with the violence being what took these people from her, it's not allowing her to kind of let go of the negative part of that and really focus and celebrate on the lives that they lived before they were killed, right? Like she still had this amazing father that helped her shape her future and really tuned into her genius and encouraged her to be who she is now. And obviously her best friend was so many things to her that were positive, but it's like she can't focus on those things because she's so focused on the pain that comes up, the grief that comes up when she has to remember them. And that's so part of the grieving process. Like one of the hardest things in the beginning of the grieving process is that when you remember the person you lost, it often brings up pain and sadness because you miss them and you don't want it to be that way. But when you start to actually process and let those emotions go through, eventually that part of it becomes the smaller part. And the bigger part will be, those happy memories. Like we saw Xavier talking about warm memories. And then we saw Natalie bringing up the warm memories. Again, just trying to teach Riri that she's got to disassociate their lives and the good things from the way they died. They don't have to be one and the same. So anyway, we saw that when she went back to the workshop, right? We saw she had the panic attack when she got there because of all the memories that happened there. But, I hope by the end of this season, we get to see Riri create a better new memory of that place, because obviously she'll never forget what happened there, but it doesn't have to be the only thing that's associated with that shop that clearly has a lot of beautiful memories between her and her dad and her best friend. And so I like how they're kind of layering that up for the healing journey for Riri that I'm hoping we're going to go through this season. But yeah, that was kind of the warm stuff, the not so warm stuff. We found out that the former hacker Rampage is gone. And Riri now, once she figured that out, she now knows that this team is that kind of team. Like, I think she already knew they were capable of shady things, but I don't think she thought they were capable of taking lives. Now she knows that that's part of this deal, and now it's too deep for her. But she's like, as Zeke brought out, not Zeke, sorry, as Natalie brought out, they're not going to just let you go. You have a lot of, who they are, their faces, too much about them. Like, you can't just quit. It's not that kind of thing. So what are you going to do? And so Riri comes up with the idea that she needs to analyze the cloak, because if she can figure out what the cloak's about and find a vulnerability, then that's where Parker loses his edge. And then maybe she can negotiate her way out of it that way. So that's how the whole plan is hatched for her to get a piece of the cloak, getting in more biotech. Through getting that biotech, she was able to communicate more with Joe, who's actually Zeke, who we found out is the son of someone who used to know Tony Stark. So it's kind of a whole, I don't actually know that character. I'm sure the comic book people do. I'm afraid I don't remember who that is. But point is, he's actually a super, super, super rich kid, but he's trying to just disassociate himself from his father's reputation. And that is why he does not want any of this tech to be used for anything bad because of what his father did. And Riri, I love how she handled that situation when she figured out what had happened or who he was, that she didn't continue to press to ask him for it, that she just basically, expressed her condolences and then said a really wonderful line about how, you don't have to be your dad unless you choose to be. Right. So I kind of like that, considering we've got a world of people like Green Goblin where that's exactly what ended up happening. But yeah, I thought that was a really cute bonding moment. And as I said, I really like Joe and Riri's dynamic. Like, they bounce off each other in a really fun way. And I love that even though he's the one who's in his 30s and she's, someone's quite young, like 19, 20 years old, the fact that she's helping him do things like stand up for himself and, kind of stand in his own. And like, I just love that, he's learning that from her, whereas he's also turning it around and showing her that she needs to be more focused on the good things in her life and how far she actually has already come at this point, and not so focused on what the suit's supposed to represent and, leaning into that as being the thing that makes her important, because she's important and she's special now, if that makes sense. So anyway, I just really think that they have a really cool friendship dynamic, and it was cool to see that moment. So, but yeah, outside of that, we saw the heist, and I mean, there's not much to say about that. It should have been pretty smooth, but because Riri was trying to do her side mission, things went sideways in the worst way possible, and it resulted in the death of Joe, or not Joe, sorry, of what's his name, John. And again, I'm not that mad about it, because the fact that he was willing to put hands on twice, actually, he was a little too comfortable putting hands on girls for my personal liking. But anyway, I know that he did it because he's trying to protect Parker, but it doesn't make it right. Like, they have everything and more on Riri. He didn't have to go for taking her out as the only alternative. So, in the end, Riri had to protect herself. That's all there is to it. And obviously him dying was not the ideal scenario, but there really was no other way for her to be able to get a little breathing room to figure out what her next step's going to be than for him to go. But as we see now, Parker was already not that stable. And now that he thinks this is his fault, that's not going to be good news. And of course, we're seeing now that whatever this cloak is, it seems to be, like I said, we saw him hearing voices last episode. And now it looks like it's giving him visions, and it showed him the suit. So to me, it's snitching, saying that that's the reason that John isn't here. We'll see if Parker puts 2 and 2 together. But my guess is yes, because I think the cloak knows that Riri took a piece of it. Because that's one thing I don't think she thought about, because she's dismissing magic, which I'm like, really, in a world of the Scarlet Witch, you're dismissing magic, ma'am? But anyway, I don't know how much she knows. And Wakanda too. Like, I mean, outside of the suit and vibranium, you saw some weird shit happen in Wakanda, ma'am. You're dismissing magic? But anyway, yeah. So things just like I said, went incredibly south on that job, and now she is understandably panicked because before this was okay. This was high level crime. This was theft, extortion, that kind of stuff, which is bad, but that's not on the same level as death. Now there are 2 people dead. Now, in fairness, she didn't actually directly kill either of them, but it still ties her to those things and more. And again, she also has the fact that the biotech that was on her fell off in the lab because she was struggling to breathe. And we see that, unfortunately, that tech, which is modded specifically by Zeke, is now left there. And of course, it's a crime scene, so it's going to trace right back to him. And that's the one thing he begged Riri not to do. So yeah, I can understand why Riri is panicking. Outside of the very, very, very serious possibility that she's going to be tied to 2 deaths, she's also going to possibly have burned somebody who did nothing but try to help her, and someone who she inserted herself into his life. To be fair, Zeke was trying to just live his life peacefully. He didn't want to have anything to do with this. And Riri taking that risk has now possibly messed up this man's life, and possibly that could be the spark of his villain origin story. You feel me? So, this was a big mess. Riri is in a really, really precarious and scary place right now. If Parker does figure out that, or want to figure out that she's not want to, if Parker does figure out or start to get the inklings that she's tied into this death, that's one villain to worry about. And then, of course, whatever else is going at the higher level here, because we still don't know why Parker's doing all of this, right? He seems to have a real issue with these bigwigs, these people in particular. It seems like it's a very specific circle that potentially know each other. So yeah, I still am very curious as to why Parker's doing this and what his personal issue is with these particular types of companies or CEOs. But yeah, still a lot to uncover here. And I don't know. Like I said, I love the fact that I have really no idea where they're going to go with this, because Riri is in a real pickle, and I don't even know who she can reach out to at this point to help her, because yeah, she kind of did this all on her own. She really did bring this kind of into her own house, and now how's she going to deal with it, right? So yeah, another good episode. I like it a lot. I love how they're building this story for Riri and building her as a character and giving us this overall plot, but of course the subplot of Riri's growth and breaking through this cycle of trauma she's been trapped in for far too long. So that's it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed watching along with me. If you did, please show some love, and I'll see you in the next one.